Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more 9 RIP, continuing the common route for the urban legends. I was like, my brain was like, it starts with a U, and I was like, ulterior motives! That's not right. They're urban legends. I am like, guys, I'm not okay today. Anyway, yeah, there you go. While returning from the station, I had a sneaking suspicion that I was being watched. I turned around to look several times, but only saw the hustle and bustle of kids, students, and workers on their way home. Is Sena stalking me? There's so many people around, and yet I feel so scared. It must be my imagination. Then, just as I spoke those words, I felt a tap on my shoulder that made my whole body shudder. I turned around to see... Oh, okay. Random girl. Okay, is she a ghost? Okay, who are you? Okay. Well, we had Yui, so it figures we'd have, like, another random side character. Okay, she's kind of adorable. Are you gonna stab me? Because, like, now I just don't know. Oh, good. If I can touch you, that must mean you're a ghost, right? Yes, I guess so. It turned out to be nothing but a young woman. So you're a ghost too, right? Yep, sure am. I'm new here, so I've been looking around for new ghost friends. That's a pretty unique outfit. A frilly, colorful dress lined with ribbons and pastel-style makeup. If she didn't tell me she was a ghost, I probably would have never guessed. Hey, how about we become friends? It gets lonely being all alone. I guess she just turned into a ghost. Does that mean she just died? Should we trust her, though? Because, like, listen, Kureha said don't give other spirits your name because that's bad. And yet we had no problem giving everybody our... And he didn't warn us in this route not to give people our names. So, like, what the fuck? So we're going to give her our name, and then she's going to, like, use my soul as, like, a sacrifice to Satan or some shit. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, the Warder of Hell is like Seiya, so you could send my soul to him. I'm okay with it. You know what? I will help you gift wrap it. Girl, I will... No, it's cool. We'll make it really pretty. So then you can mail it on to him. I am all for that. Do I get to be his, like, sex slave forever? Is he gonna own me? Because I'm okay with that. He's gorgeous. What? Did I get distracted? Anyway. I don't know. I'm just saying. I was concerned. I was like, I don't know if we should trust you. And she was perfectly fine. But if I automatically trust this bitch, she gonna stab me or something just because she's cute. Listen. We've had those cute side characters who are like, you're adorable and stupid. And then they're like the evil masterminds, all right? I don't trust anybody. There's going to come a character I'm going to trust, and they're going to be the one that stabs me. And this poor girl's going to be the nice one, and I don't trust her. Yeah. If so, I understood the loneliness she felt. Sure, I'd like that. Thank you. I'm super duper happy. I'm so glad I came and talked to you. Call me Reika. And what should I call you? If she told me her first name, I guess I could tell her my first name too. Call me Spacey. Nice to meet you, Spacey. Oh, and you don't need to address me formally. It'll be easier to become friends that way. Alright, got it. It's nice to meet you too, Reika. It's interesting that she's got heterochromia too, you know? But I'm wondering if they're contacts. Like, with like how dressed up she is and everything, you know? Reika gave me a satisfied smile before taking a step toward me. That uniform! Did you go to Norimigahama High? How long have you been a ghost? Do you have other ghost friends, Spacey? You're from around here, aren't you? What do you do in your free time? Where do you like to hang out? Slow down! That's a lot of questions to answer. Sorry, you're my first friend. Guess I'm just a little excited. So, what are your answers? Right, give me a second. Her lips were curled in a smile, but there was something eerily vacant in her eyes as she stared. See, she's eerie, right? She certainly is a strange one. After taking a short breath, I answered Reika's questions in the order I remembered them. I was a second-year student at Norimigahama, and yeah, I recently passed away. So I wouldn't say I have friends. Acquaintances, maybe? And, in my spare time, well, at school, What were her other questions? As I thought about it, Reika brought her face closer to mine. You got a boyfriend? Did she ask that before? Without thinking, I shook my head and Reika laughed. That's what I thought. Of course you don't. You just became a ghost after all. Like, she's like, you just became a ghost. Now we can find ghost boyfriends together. I like this girl. There was something in her reply that seemed oddly happy with that answer. Are you hitting on me? What about you, Reika? Her vacant eyes widened enthusiastically, locking onto my gaze. Yep, I got a boy that I just love. I came to see him. Oh no. Did you, do something to yourself to stalk Sena in the afterlife? Because I just feel like, some boy in the afterlife anyway. Though I'm a little nervous. It's been a year since we met last. That means she's not all alone. Well, that's good. But what did she mean when she said she came to see him? Does she mean she died just to meet him? See, that's my concern. I'm planning a big surprise for him. I've been going crazy thinking about it. I see. Well, I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. See, we don't even ask any questions. Which is probably because then we'd get answers, or she'd avoid answering them, and then that would be suspicious. But it's like, we're kind of an asshole here, because it's like, oh, well, tell me about him. Oh, were you dating, I'm assuming he passed away as well, and that, you know what I mean? Ask her about her little boyfriend or whatever. I'm curious, but the game doesn't want you to know that right now. That's why we don't ask. I get it. You sure? Rika's face suddenly changed, leaving me with a feeling of great unease. I used to think ghosts were scary. Like Kureha, for example. He looks scary. Poor Kureha. Poor little cinnamon bun. But she was different. There was something dark about her. You're so strange, Speezy. You don't need to say you're sure he'll be happy. It's absolutely, without a doubt. He's been waiting to see his Reika. He'll absolutely be happy. Happier than ever. She's crazy. She's a little crazy. Yeah, you're right about that. Sorry. You don't have to apologize. You just don't know anything about me and my boyfriend. Is he from Canada? Is he in the room with us right now? Right. I don't think I can get along well with this girl. It might be mean, but I felt like the two of us were on totally different wavelengths. Well then, I'm heading out. Got a big surprise to plan. But you know that. Bye-bye! Yeah, good luck with that. Bye! Well, we said bye-bye, but after she left, I felt a rush of exhaustion wash over me. That girl's a bit much. Reika, a ghost with a very unique sense of fashion. She's bright and loves to talk. She's pure energy. An intense aura always surrounds her. It can be so intense it tends to push people away. I don't know, that just... Okay, you could be being mean about it, oh, she's just wearing eccentric clothes, so she's obviously a crazy bitch. Case in point, I dress like an eccentric circus magician, so crazy bitch, get it. But then it's oh, she's just really intense, and she's and you're making her sound insane, and I don't know if it's you're just pointing out, oh, she's got a unique fashion sense, but she's also fucking crazy. Or you're trying to link the two. You know what I mean? Are you trying to warn us, game? Or are you just being oh, she's perky and she has a unique fashion sense. She doesn't just wear t-shirts and jeans. So obviously crazy bitch. I don't really know where they're going with this. But you keep warning us she crazy bitch. So we'll see. Even when it comes to ghosts, I guess there are all types of people. I mean, the sun had set completely. It gave way to a starry, cool autumn night sky. Looks like Sayaka's mother walked Tono Tomorrow instead today. It was rare for Sayaka not to walk her dog. Something must have happened, or maybe she was worried about seeing me in the park again and didn't come. She probably feels guilty about what happened, and that's why she doesn't want to see me. She thought what happened to me was her fault. That's the only reason she'd feel guilty. I felt a darkness spreading deep inside my heart. I shouldn't let my mind go there. I should just head back to the school. Just as I bid goodbye to the empty park, I glanced at the playground nearby. I noticed a familiar figure sneaking around behind the equipment. Is he going to hide from us again? Because did he forget us again already? Does he forget every 5 minutes? He's got like the fucking brain of a goldfish. I mean, I think a goldfish might remember longer. Was I having deja vu? Or was I looking at the exact same scene from yesterday? Evening, Sena. You scared me. Hey, you're the girl I met this afternoon, right? Okay, he at least remembered today, so alright. Huh? There was something off about the way he said, girl I met this afternoon. We met yesterday. Did he forget my name or something? I realized I never properly introduced myself. Sorry, it just didn't come up the last time we met. Huh? What are you talking about? We did that yesterday, didn't we? Yesterday? No, that can't be right. Yesterday I had a job in the city. I didn't come to Narimigahama. Yeah, okay. He literally does not know he is dead and he is on a goddamn Groundhog's Day loop. So tomorrow we're going to run into him. He's like, no, we didn't meet yesterday. I had a job in the city. He has no fucking idea that he's dead, does he? What's going on with him? Spacey? Okay. I turned to face the source of the voice and found a confused Koyo staring back at me. What are you doing here with Sena? We were just talking. I got between yesterday and today, I kind of forgot his voice. Whatever. Koyo, long time no see. Wait, do these two know each other? Yeah, been a while. You've been so busy with everything, I didn't think you'd be back here anytime soon. Speaking of which, when did you meet Spacey here? Oh, just this afternoon. We bumped into each other at Tsukumo Shrine and really hit it off. So we really did forget about us meeting yesterday? But he also said he wasn't in Narimigahama yesterday, so... Right. I never did get your name. It's Spacey. Spacey Ishiki. I thought maybe if I mentioned my name, he would remember me, but... Spacey, is it? A pleasure to meet you. Am I the one that's going crazy here? No, that can't be right. I was suddenly starting to question my own sanity. Koyo, it seems as though you know this girl. Do the two of you have some kind of connection? It really is a small world, isn't it? You sound like some kind of old man when you talk like that. Anyway, yeah, I had plans to meet up with Spacey here today. Huh? We didn't have plans to meet up. She's like, maybe I am the one going crazy. Oh no, maybe I really am losing my memory. I felt like I was going crazy. Sorry to cut things short, Sena. Let's catch up next time. With that, Koyo gave Sena a firm slap on the back. Ouch! Well, that was too much. That would really hurt. I'll give you a call next time I'm free, but let's plan it out. No more chance meetings. I got a lot I want to talk to you about. Yeah, sure thing. Looking forward to it. After replying to Sena, Koyo grabbed me by the arm and dragged me away. Let's go, Spacey. Right. Wait a minute. Spacey, if you're friends with Koyo, I'm sure we'll have the pleasure of meeting again, yes? Yeah. In that case, I'm looking forward to it already. And next time I want to see a smile on that face of yours. It seems he still remembers what we talked about this afternoon. Although there were still aspects of him I didn't understand, it seemed like Sena was a genuinely thoughtful person. I'll be sure to keep all the things you said before in mind, Sena. I thought back to his words at the shrine. It made me feel a little lighter on my feet. It wasn't much, but if it's helpful to you, then that makes me very happy. Well then, until we meet again. Yeah, until then. With that, Koyo and I left the dark park behind us. As Koyo and I walked together, I decided to ask him about what was bothering me. Sorry if this comes off as rude, but did we have plans to meet? Sorry. No, we didn't. Oh, thank goodness. Thought I was losing my mind. I just thought if I said that, we'd be able to get away from Sena without causing a fuss. Why would you want to do that? Koyo sighed heavily and stared up at the stars, which were dulled from the lights of the city. I guess I should tell you about Sena. And next time you run into him, you'll be in for a surprise. He looked very serious, so I silently waited for him to continue. The thing about Sena is, he doesn't know he's dead. Hearing something so surprising, I stopped. It's not surprising. We pegged that from the fucking moment we met him when he's hiding, and he's like, oh my god, people see me at the park. It's like, do you not know you're dead, or you really think people can see you? And then at the shrine, it was like, yeah, no, yeah. So, not... oh, wait, I'm sorry. Oh my god, what? No! Wait, is that better? Okay. Like, they made that pretty obvious. I don't think that was me, so I think that was pretty obvious, so... anyway, hearing something so surprising, I stopped and gasped. Oh my god. Koyo stopped too, but didn't say a word. How is that even possible? As soon as I asked the question, some things that were bothering me started to become clear. Like how Sena talked about his dream of being known around the world as a famous idol. And yet, ghosts can't interact with people or things. They can't speak to the living. I mean, wouldn't he know something was off right away? Right, that's what I was like, well, wait, how would he not? But he forgets everything. Not Sena. He still thinks he's alive. You had the same experience, right? When you woke up as a ghost, you thought you were alive, didn't you? Right, that had happened. I had woken up in my room as normal. I talked to Sayaka when she came to my house. You thought you talked to her. It's an illusion. You see what you want to see, and that's it. Even though you can't feel pain, you act like you feel it when you know you should. You saw when I slapped him on the back, right? It's like that. He did say ouch, didn't he? It was the same as when I was chasing after Sayaka and fell to the ground. The only reason I found out I was a ghost was because I heard others talking about it at school. You only notice if you're told. Why don't you just tell him? I have. Countless times. It just doesn't reach him. If I tell him you're dead, it's just like static to him. He always just tells me he can't hear me. One time I tried pushing him in the sea, but he just came crawling back on all fours. Scared the shit out of me. He grimaced and let out an exasperated sigh. I had no idea what he was feeling. At first I got the feeling the two of them met after they became ghosts, but that doesn't seem right anymore. Mind if I ask you something? When did you and Sena meet? We've known each other since we were kids. I felt an agonizing pain in my chest. It sounded like my relationship with Sayaka. I know that if the same thing happened to Sayaka, it would drive me crazy, just like it did Koyo. I wonder if there's anything we can do. I could barely handle things myself, and there I was, trying to fix someone else's problem. That's when I realized, back when Sena didn't remember me, I ended up doubting myself, thought I was going crazy. I met Sena yesterday, too. But when I met him today, let me guess, he didn't remember anything from yesterday. No, he didn't. Koyo merely nodded along. I've been watching Sena for a while now, trying to figure out what to do. Every day he does the same thing. The details vary a bit here and there depending on the environment, but I think Sena's in some kind of loop. Like he's just reliving the same day over and over. I told you he was having a Groundhog's Day moment. So that's why he didn't remember me. There must be some kind of reason for it. I was thinking maybe he's remembering back to a time when he was healthy, before he got sick. That's when I remembered. When Sena announced that he was going to take a break, he said he was sick, but that he was going to get better. But he never did come back. He ended up dying. I thought back on the dreams Sena mentioned when we first met. Sena's still chasing his dream to be a world-famous idol. Perhaps he's resetting every day because he's afraid to face the illness he knows is coming. I think, for him, the fact that he passed away is the most painful thing. Otherwise, I can't explain what's happening with him. He just wants to live. Anyone who died would likely feel the same, but in Sena's case, it was even more profound. You want to help him cross over, don't you, Koyo? So that's why I'm wondering if, like, one of the endings in this, like, if we're actually not in a coma, we really are dead. You know what I mean? Because when we went to our house yesterday, no one was there. We woke up, no one was there, and we thought our family went to work, but it would make sense that they were at the hospital. And then when we went back home, no one was... I thought we did go back home. Well, we ended up staying at the school, but there was some point where we went back home and we're like, no one's home yet or whatever. And it's like, no one's home yet because they're at the hospital with you, probably. You know what I mean? Like, it would make sense that we have yet to have anyone confirm that we know that we are actually dead. So, but I could see if we were in a coma, our spirit's not connected to our body anymore. We're out here wandering around as if we're dead, but we're not actually dead. But if we are dead, kind of makes it slightly disappointing in a way, because you're like, well, then I can stay with my dead ghost boyfriends as one ending, but then the other one might be we end up crossing over and we're reborn, which wouldn't be as good, because it's like, you're not really you, but you still find each other in your next life, which is still kind of sweet. You know what I mean, in a way? But then why, in our Ghost Stories one, did I not get to be with my ghost boyfriends? Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of sucks. Anyway, I don't know. I sure do. But honestly, I don't even think God can help that guy. What do you mean by that? The pain that he died. That's his lingering regret. If he can't come back to life, he can't cross over. That's a real paradox. Like I said, it's impossible even for God. Did that mean Sena would have to stay here like this forever? Sena's memories reset daily. According to Koyo, because Sena's reliving the day before he got sick, he doesn't realize he's dead. He thus spends his days as if he's alive. He didn't seem to mind it, but was that really an acceptable way to be? Oh, don't give me that look. I don't know how, but I'll find a way to help him cross over. Don't worry about it. Koyo, listen, the reason I told you all this is because if you see him again, I want you to act normal. It's hard, but just act like it's the first time you met him. Smile, say nice to meet you and all that. Sure, I can do that, but... Thank you. Koyo flashed me a weak smile and then began walking away. I decided to follow behind him, even though I couldn't find the right words to say to him. Is that going to be his whole route, is me just meeting him over and over again every single fucking day? Because that's... insanity. What? What? Seriously? What? I'm just gonna, every single day, be like, hi, babe. Oh my God. It's Groundhog's Day, but at least in Groundhog's Day, Bill Murray was like, yep, well, I'm just repeating the same fucking day over, and was aware. This is like, oh, what is, oh, fuck, wait. It's Drew, he's Drew Barrymore. He's Drew Barrymore in 50 First Dates. We're gonna get married and have to have a tape to remind him of hi, we're married. Also, here are kids. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Luckily we can't have kids as a ghost, so this game I don't have to worry about that bullshit. But how fucking messed up is that shit? Seriously? Please tell me we can snap him out of it and we're not going to be like, I got to live every day with Sena like it was the first day we ever fucking met and I had to explain to him our entire... That would get so exhausting. We had a fun day and he'd be like, wow, hey, hi, who are you? And you're like, okay, for the 367,000th fucking time. Spacey, girlfriend, been dating for centuries, we've been here forever... Jesus fucking Christ. Can we move on with this now? Oh my God. Especially because it's not like you could, I guess maybe we could take a photo. We took a photo in the other one. We have no idea if that transferred over to the real world, but we had our cell phone with us in the school stories and we took a photo. So we could take a photo and we could take pictures and maybe we could take ghost videos and on our phone and be like, see, here's the video where we went to the thing. You remember? But I feel like that would take a couple of hours. I really don't hope that's not how they go with, oh my God. That's where they're going right now, because he doesn't remember shit. But I really hope we could, in his route, get him to remember that, or accept that he is dead, and not have to fucking explain this shit to him every fucking day, because it's like, listen, we only got a short amount of fucking time to hang out, and I spend 3 hours every fucking day explaining this shit to you while you wrap your head around it. You know what I mean? Like, slowly, maybe it'll imprint in him and we don't have to, like, because he's dead, he's not brain damaged. I'm pretty sure Drew Barrymore's character was brain damaged, like she got into an accident, and so she couldn't form long-term memories. And that's why it reset constantly. You know what I mean? Because she just, like, she only had, like, her short-term memory could not be, like, could not convert to long-term memory. So she remembered everything from before, but only nothing afterward. You know what I mean? But it's like, could you just, like Sena's dead. He could fucking accept it. He could learn to accept it. That's different. So please don't. Oh, dear God. They got to throw in something to make it so that, like, well, I mean, we got to stay with him and we're dead. We didn't have to, like, deal with well, I went back to life and now I can never touch my ghost boyfriend, Kureha, but I have to remind my boyfriend for several hours every fucking day that we're dating, and it's like this big fucking train, and it gets really exhausting every motherfucking day. Holy shit! Oh, okay. Anyway, well, what's Koyo's downside then? Maybe that's why everybody likes him, because so far, everybody seems like they have problems here. I couldn't be with my first dead ghost boyfriends, unless I died, which, okay, and this time I might actually be dead, but one of them just resets his memory every fucking day, and that sounds exhausting. So what's Koyo's deal? Because, like, so far, like, you might have the most potential right now. Oh, poor Sena. It was early. The students hadn't arrived yet. I cannot fucking believe this. No matter how much I tried to relax in the nurse's office, I never felt like I was able to rest. As light began to stream in, I decided to roam the halls. Last night I tried to focus on the career path survey. I prayed that I would remember. I tried holding the paper in my hand. Yet no matter what I did, I wasn't able to see the flashbacks from the previous day again. Seems like getting a grasp of one's own powers like Koyo has is pretty tough. The images I saw the other day are my only hope to getting my memories back. I could ask Koyo about it, but I didn't like the idea of telling him there were things I couldn't remember. He might ask me about my regrets, and I didn't like talking to him about that kind of stuff. It might have made him feel uneasy. Besides, I wanted him to focus his efforts on helping Sena cross over. I wish there was something I could do to help Sena, but I can't think of anything. I pondered the question until I bumped into... I'm looking at this line, but, like, somebody, I can't possibly be Kureha because he knows, and it's not Yui. And I highly doubt it's Hibiki because he's hiding in the mirror, so. Who is saying, excuse me, but what's a student doing here at this hour? Oh. Someone else. So what's a student doing here at this? Well, you see, I was just looking in the mirror. Was that Sayaka's voice? Oh, okay. So a teacher was talking to Sayaka. I thought they were talking to us. I heard Sayaka's voice coming from upstairs, and I quickly headed toward it. Between the first and second floor, just as I thought, I found Sayaka talking to a female teacher. You really expect me to believe you climbed over the school gate just to come look in the mirror? The reason he came to school early is... Yesterday I realized I forgot my textbook when I got home. I needed it for an assignment that's due today, so I had no choice. I had to come. So you climbed over the school gate to do an assignment. How did you even get in here? I thought the student entrance was locked. I came in through the employee entrance. Well, you certainly are enthusiastic, I'll give you that. I won't say anything, just hurry up and get what you need. Thank you very much, and sorry. She quickly bowed her head and rushed up the stairs to the second floor. An assignment? Normally Sayaka would just say she forgot her textbook and couldn't do her homework. She typically wasn't so diligent. She certainly wouldn't climb over the gate. Curious, I decided to follow her. She was trying to talk to the boy in the mirror. Looking in the classroom, I saw Sayaka working diligently at her desk. Guess she got more serious about school. I knew she'd be upset if she heard me say that. But compared to how she used to be, she seemed full of motivation. That left me feeling a little relieved. She must be working really hard to get into Sagan. Do your best, Sayaka. I cheered her on from the shadows. Then just as I was about to leave, hidden under a desk in the middle of the classroom, I saw a piece of paper. No, wait. Could it be? I quickly ran over to the paper, and just as I suspected, it was a piece of my career path survey. I outstretched my hand to pick it up. If I can pick it up, that means it's definitely mine, right? I hadn't seen it when I came to the classroom before. It was during lunch, and there were so many people around. Maybe that's why. I took the other pieces of paper from my pocket and lined them up. When I placed them near each other, they fused back together. Thank goodness, they're not really fused, to be fair, but whatever. Now, together with the piece I just picked up, I took a closer look. Together with the piece I just picked up, I took a closer look at it. Originally, I had only written down my name in class. It seemed just as it was. It looks exactly how it did when I filled it out. Guess that makes sense. Creepy as it would be, I worried there might have been new words I didn't write. But I didn't have any new visions. Maybe it was only when I got the first one. Speaking of which, thinking back on it, one of the images I saw in my vision was a cell phone screen. That image wasn't just a location. Where was I when I was looking at my phone that time? My mind began to try and answer that question. Just then, my vision distorted and... I'm the one who'll lead you into the darkness. The survey was shredded to pieces. The path ahead will be full of trials. I thought I had it on silent. Hey, if you keep moving forward, I know you'll find it. Hello? After the vision stopped, I felt dizzy. I nearly lost my balance, but managed to stay upright. I saw something. I remembered. That day after school, it was in this classroom I heard that strange voice. Then the paper ripped and my phone began to ring. I looked over at Sayaka. That day I thought the call was from Sayaka, but the screen was all weird. The sound was off, and even though I answered, I couldn't hear anything. I can't remember anything after that. Hey, Sayaka, was that you who called? I wish you would tell me. I couldn't even finish asking her. Sighing heavily, I left the classroom. And then there was the voice. The voice I had heard in my head before. When I was in my room under the covers, I heard that same voice. Lead me into the darkness. So I heard it on the day of the accident, too. When I thought back on that voice, I wondered if it was somehow telling me the future. No, it was guiding me. I began to wonder if that voice was the one that caused me to get into that accident. In that case, I don't think it was human. It was something paranormal, which would mean I had been killed by something paranormal. How is that possible? It has no shape, it's just a voice, and yet it was still able to kill me? If that was true, then it really was something to be scared of. Everything will be alright this time. I went to the place where my accident happened, full of vigor. I picked up another piece of the printout, but it hadn't given me a vision like the first time. If I saw a vision in the classroom in the nurse's office, maybe I'll be able to see one here too. Still, I wasn't even sure why I'd seen a vision in the classroom in the first place. Regardless, I had to try something. Try to envision what happened, think about the survey sheet. The survey sheet was the trigger, and also, if you think about what happened, that is the survey sheet. Because a piece that had ripped flew into the road and you ran into the road and got hit by a car. So, they're both kind of tied, But I feel like maybe if we think about the survey sheet, because that is really what led us here, and our doubts and our confusion and not being able to talk to our mom or anything like that, and upsetting Sayaka because not wanting to go to Sagan, it really all ties back to that survey sheet, so. Oh, we're in chapter 3. I was like, wow, why am I scrolling up so far? Because there's a gap. No, let's try to envision what happened. Alright, whatever. In the classroom, I tried to think about the phone. I remembered that I had it with me. What about trying to imagine it? Maybe if I thought back on it, it might help. I probably left the classroom and went home after that. But then why was I at Tsukumo Shrine? Let's see, the reason I went there was... I don't remember the reason I went to Tsukumo Shrine. Oh, was it our charm? Didn't our charm strap break and we found the charm on the ground? Yeah, it was our charm, right? Yes, okay. Yeah, our charm. I remember the charm thing, but I thought that was after. But that's right, the charm on my bag broke and that gave me the creeps. I went to return it to the shrine. Remembering that triggered another vision. My printout should have been in my bag. What's it doing at my feet? I have to pick it up. It was the second time that day my legs buckled and I felt all the strength leave my body. I collapsed on the spot. I didn't have the strength to move anything but my head. That memory, just now, I put the shredded piece of paper away and yet there it was, being blown by the wind at my feet when I tried to pick it up. The wind blew a piece of the sheet into the street and I stopped just short of the road. That's right, I didn't go into the street. Then it's just like the investigator said. Someone must have pushed me. A shiver ran down my spine. Who could have done that? So the god pushed me. It's one thing to, spirit me away. It's another thing to shove me into traffic. You know what I'm saying? Fear filled my heart and I exhaled slowly. I've got to calm down. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. I had to calm down and turn off the noise in my head. How was I able to see those visions? If I couldn't even understand how these visions worked, how did I know I could trust them? Someone saying, "Get a hold of yourself!" At that moment, I was surprised by the sensation of someone lifting me up. When I opened my eyes, I saw... Oh, it's Sena holding me. You are carrying me. Hot. Look at this CG. Look at him. He's so worried, but he's bridal carrying me. I love this. Sena? Good. It looks like you've regained consciousness. We've got to get you to a hospital right away. He must think I collapsed for medical reasons. I'm fine. You can put me down now. I just fell. You shouldn't push yourself. Please, leave everything to me. No, I'm not pushing myself. I just lost my strength for a moment. That sounds very serious. Let's go quickly. Yeah, I guess that does sound pretty serious, huh? Seeing as he already made up his mind, I knew there was nothing I could say to him now. We're going to walk into the hospital. Why is everyone ignoring us? Because they can't see us. Why? Because we're dead, dumbass. This was an emergency, but only in my mind. I could tell that my strength had fully returned to my body already. Look, I'm fine. My strength's already returned. I can walk on my own. You don't need to act tough. If you're embarrassed about other people looking at you, bury your face into my chest. I mean, I'm not embarrassed. Nobody can see me, but I'll do it anyway. Huh? I can't do that. That seemed way more embarrassing. Sorry, I realize it's probably better to call for an ambulance on my phone, but I stupidly left mine at home. Today of all days. You left it in life, not at your home. Of course, I couldn't say that to him, though. I feel like we can, because what's the worst that's going to happen? You are dead! Tell him we're dead. Not he's dead. You know what I mean? Be like, no, you think I'm dead. Don't worry about it. And he's going to be like, wait, what? And he's like, how can I touch you? Gonna need you. Only ghosts can touch other ghosts. He's like, how can I can touch you? And you just smile at him and you're like, you'll figure it out, sweetie. Because if I tell you, you're going to say you can't hear me. But if I tell you about myself and you put the pieces together, maybe you'll figure it out. Otherwise, it doesn't matter because you're going to forget this conversation and that we ever even met. Oh, wait, this is already the next day. He has no idea that we've met before. Right, never mind. It's the next day because we went to school in the morning, right? Or was it late at night? I think it's the next day. I'm not really sure of the timeline, but I think he forgot us already at this point. No, because it's broad daylight right now, so Sayaka must have gone into school early. Anyway, whatever. I don't know why, but everyone seems very busy and they all ignored me. So I'm afraid you'll just have to bear with me for a little longer. Right. Seeing how hard he was working to take care of me, I found myself unable to say anything more. What should I do? Warn him about the paparazzi? Bury my face in his chest? I really want to bury my face in his chest! But I feel like the right answer is warn him about the paparazzi. You know what I mean? Because then, like, we're caring about him, you know what I mean? No, it's bury my face in his chest! Oh, I'm so excited! Oh, I love that! I knew there was no other option. But if another ghost were to see me, especially Koyo, I might die again of embarrassment. They barely moved her head, but look at him smiling. Oh, it's sweet. Swallowing my embarrassment, I decided to bury my face in his chest. I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. Helping someone in need like this is simply the right thing to do. If we were to wait too long, the problem might become irreversible. Sena's voice sounded pained. Yeah, it's like somewhere in the back of your mind, you know. Why did you say it like that? I asked hesitantly. I was only stating the obvious. It's like he doesn't want to remember that he's dead, but I think he knows somewhere deep inside. That's why he conveniently forgets. But like the way he said that is like something inside of him knows that like I waited too long to get myself checked out, and the problem became irreversible, and that's how I ended up dying. You know what I mean? It just seems very topical. He paused momentarily before he spoke, leading me to believe I'd hit a nerve. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Besides, I got more important things to deal with right now. I'm so grateful for your help. I promise if anything like this were to happen to you, I'll be the first one to help you out. I'm quite glad to hear that. In that case, I'll be counting on you. Of course. It was the first time I'd met Sena today, which meant he didn't know my name. But our discussion was so natural. For a moment, it seemed as though his memories of our time together were still with him. That's what I'm kind of hoping. Like, right now, yes, if you're not in his route and you're not romancing him, like, he's going to keep doing the cycle of forgetting and whatever. But I'm really hoping that what they're going to do is something like this, where it seems like, okay, we meet him and it's like, it seems his memories are still with him. They're not, but like somewhere deep inside they are. Because somewhere deep down he knows he's dead. Somewhere deep down he doesn't want to accept it. And somewhere inside he does remember your meeting. Because he's like, yeah, that girl. Oh yeah, I feel comfortable around her. Because something inside of you remembers me. Even if that conscious brain in the forefront of your mind, like that bit of you doesn't. Something inside of you does. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that in his route, we're going to, maybe he'll remember us and it's not going to be the end being like, and then every single day for the rest of our eternities, I have to remind him who I am. Please, God, I don't want that to be an ending because that sucks dick balls. That's a bad end. You're like, that's not good. Oh, dear God. You know what I mean? I hope he starts to kind of remember and put it together because you're going to have to tell him he's dead at some point. You can't just have his end be, Sena has no idea he's dead and we meet every single day and I tell him I'm his girlfriend and he just happens to forget me. Like, you know what I mean? You can't have him, like, you can't start a new whirlwind romance with him on a daily basis. That would literally be absolutely no romance whatsoever. You know what I mean? So, like, okay. I don't know. I'm just very concerned now. Ugh. It felt as though our words to each other were deeper than those between mere strangers. Okay, so I hope that, again, I'm really hoping this is, like, symbolic of how his route's gonna go. Like, yeah, in the very beginning, it's gonna be, like, you're gonna keep reminding him whatever, but, like, he'll start to remember you because this is, like, kind of saying that, like, somewhere inside he knows who you are, you know? We walked a little further together we walked a little further together that way until we reached the street near Sagan Hospital, when Sena suddenly stopped. I looked up at him and his face appeared pale and completely stunned. What am I doing here? We're nearly at the hospital. I knew I wouldn't be able to interact with anyone at the hospital, but I thought we'd just go for now. Huh? Why am I holding you? Okay, so hanging out at the shrine, seeing whatevs, but now the hospital triggered something, and now he's forgotten, and he has like it's his trauma, and every time he gets close to accepting his death or realizing or whatever, it erases his memory. Okay, this is definitely like you have PTSD from dying. What?
Sorry, I'll put you down right away.
As he spoke, Sena gently placed me back on the ground.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't understand what's going on. I didn't do anything rude to you, did I?
No, not at all. If anything, you were actually very kind to me.
Oh, good, I'm so glad to hear that. But then, why can't I remember? There's something very strange about that.
Sena stared at me with obvious confusion. All I could do was give him the same look back. He pushed to take me to the hospital, but it's like he's forgotten everything. All I could think was that if his memory reset daily, perhaps this was the time of day that his memory reset. But wait, yesterday when I met him around this time, he still remembered me later that evening. The hospital.
Where exactly were we headed?
To the hospital. Sagan Hospital. The one that's just right over there. I collapsed and you came to help me. You carried me all the way here.
You collapsed? In that case, we better get you to the hospital right away.
With that, he quickly grabbed hold of my arm and pulled me toward the hospital, but as suddenly as he started moving, he stopped.
What was I doing?
Again? Something very strange was going on. Perhaps Sagan Hospital was part of the memories Sena was trying to block. Or maybe the fact that he was sick had something to do with it. Yeah. Maybe he was admitted to Sagan Hospital. Huh?
And why am I holding your hand?
And the same thing happened again. This is like the whole 51st Dates movie in 5 minutes. I knew that I had to come up with an alternate explanation, but I couldn't think of one and simply told him I wasn't feeling well. I had just stepped out for some fresh air and he had offered to accompany me. I was growing increasingly worried about Sena.
I see. So are you feeling better?
Yes, much better.
That's good. It's strange, though. I don't really remember any of that.
How weird.
This has never happened before.
Well, not that you remember. We should throw that, not that you remember anyway. He'd be like, what? And you'd be like, maybe you forget things constantly and you just don't remember that you forgot. It's the whole point of forgetting is that you don't remember, right? Look, it must have been a strange experience for Sena. But it was also bizarre for me.
Speaking of which, I don't believe I've properly introduced myself.
Yeah, but I know you. You're famous after all.
Well, I'm very happy to be recognized.
Instead of, I always like, when she's like, you're famous after all. And I was like, is that really actually, that's the perfect thing to say to him because he wants to be a famous idol. So, like, if we were like, oh, yeah, no, I have no idea who you are. Instead of fawning, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want the girls screaming and freaking out over him in the park or whatever. But if you were like, oh, yeah, no, I know who you are, like, then he'd, oh, well, that's great, you know. So, like, just don't scream and try to stalk him. Which, I mean, you shouldn't really do to any celebrity, to be fair, but you know what I mean? Like,
and may I ask your name?
This makes the 3rd time I've introduced myself to Sena. Are we going to keep a running tally? So I swear to God, I hope the game, like, this is the 57th time. I really want the game to keep a tally for me on how many fucking times we introduce ourselves to this asshole. I love him, but Jesus. Oh, good Lord. All I'm going to say is, you know when games do the amnesia plot? Like, okay, listen. We saw it in another game. Oh, great. Oh, I hit my head and now I forgot everything. And you're like, it's so fucking stupid. Although, I mean, amnesia memories, us waking up with amnesia because a spirit bashed us in the skull and knocked our brains out. Understandable. It's the plot of the game. You not remembering. I was searching for something and I don't. Okay, that's one thing if the character starts that way. But like halfway through the round, like everything is great. And oh, whoops. I accidentally hit my head and now I've forgotten everything. And that's the problem statement that they're going to. Oh, dear fucking God, please stop. You know, you got to handle the trope properly. You know? So sometimes you're like, okay. Kureha not remembering the circumstances around his death is, I mean, in this game, I can absolutely understand it, and you can't keep doing this, though, because this is now two characters who forgot everything, okay? Kureha at least remembers, well, okay. Kureha knows he's fucking dead. He just doesn't remember the circumstances of his death, but his sister did that to him because she didn't want him to remember, and he was going to turn into a wraith and, like, whatever. So she did that to protect him, okay? So that was sweet and lovely, and that's why he forgot. For his own good. But I can also see the trauma of dying. We've also forgotten shit that led up to our death. So, like, dying, I can absolutely give you the pass to be like, well, when you die, it's probably a little traumatic. Unless you're, like, old and on your deathbed and you're like, I've made peace with it. I've lived a long life. All right, come take me away, spirits. Whatever. But, like, Sena dying, like, the reason why we're all still hanging out here is because we have, like, shit that we have unresolved issues. Whatever. You know what? I can't think of the word right now. You know what I mean? So, lingering regrets and things like that. Unresolved business. So I can kind of understand people forgetting things. I'm not going to begrudge the game for that. But I really fucking hope they don't keep doing this and half the characters aren't fucking amnesiacs because, okay. The way they did it with Kureha and the way they're doing it with Sena is vastly different. Kureha's memories were taken by his sister so he wouldn't become a wraith because of his anger and his pain of what happened to her and his inability to save her. Perfect. Fine. Totally get it. Sena is like, nope, I'm just going to block out that I'm dead because his lingering regrets. Fine. Totally fine. Do not keep doing this, though. Holy shit. Like, oh my god. Please don't keep doing it. Because, like, I mean, with 9 characters, well, actually, no, because I feel like the other characters after this, the other 5 ones are like Seiya, who's the warder of hell, and like Minami, who's a demon, I think, and then, well, the one other guy is a Ouija board, so Lord knows what's going on with that. And I'm sure someone else is going to have amnesia, but like, you can't do it to half the cast. Alright, I mean, I guess you can if you do it right. And so far, I don't necessarily, like, there's a part of me that's like, really, we're doing the amnesia thing multiple times? But it makes sense in this one. Ghosts. Death is traumatic. They haven't quite gotten the grasp of it. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm okay with it in this. But, for God's sakes, we gotta get this man to remember he's dead. We can't go the whole route like this. Oh, dear Lord. Anyway. But I really do want it to keep a running tally of how many times I have to introduce myself to him. With that in mind, I simply smiled at him. And to be fair, Sena's amnesia is not like, I forgot I'm dead, and then he just forgets everything every fucking day. So his amnesia is definitely different. My name's Spacey Ashiki. I'd be very happy if you remembered me. That is so mean! I'd be very happy if you'd remember me. There's gonna come a point where she's gonna be like, I'd be really fucking happy if you remembered me, because I swear to God, if I have to introduce myself to you for the 47,000th time, I'm gonna beat you. You know there was one point somewhere in the future, if she's gotta keep fucking introducing herself to him, she just gets really fucking annoyed with it. Oh. I thought he'd merely flashed a smile at me and say nice to meet you, like he did the previous day. Is he starting to... sorry. Your smile, it's... And this is the first time we've met, and yet Does he remember me? See? Okay, this is what I want. I want him to have some kind of vague impression, like, it's deja vu. I feel like we've done this before, but I know I've never met you, where it's somewhere in the back of his mind. Like, this is okay. Seeing Sena sigh as he looked at me, my expectations only grew. I wonder, could it be perhaps... No, it can't be. Can't be what? Just say it already! Exasperated, I shouted, leaning forward with anticipation. Sena's face merely flushed. Oh, look at his tiny little blush. It's barely noticeable.
Is this what they call love at first sight?
Should have expected that. A cold feeling brushed across my heart. No, I'm pretty sure you're just imagining things.
How could you possibly know that?
I just do. It's an illusion. You're imagining things.
How rude. I was just happy to see her smile. And seeing as this is the first time we've met, what other way to describe it is there? This must be love at first sight.
Sena, calm down. It's just a misunderstanding. After that, I merely continued to deny Sena's feelings for me. Yeah, I mean, like, it's... I can understand why she's saying that. Like, it's not love at first sight. Because you're like, we've met 3 fucking times. But there's something about your smile that's triggering something, and it's the only way he can figure it out without... You know what I mean? It's the only thing he can link it to. So, somewhere, though, he's remembering, and it's like, but I know I've never seen you before, but it's like I know your smile. It must be fate. And you're like, no, it's just the fact that your frontal cortex or whatever, your short-term memory doesn't want to connect, and somewhere in the back of your mind you're like, let me out! Long-term memory back here. We've met her 62 times already. Come on! But you're just denying it because you just don't want to accept your death. You know. Surely his memory was scrambled, and it had led him to feel some inexplicable emotions. But to hear him say, I'm just happy to see her smile, left me with a strange feeling in my heart. If I continue to spend time with Sena like this, then maybe I wouldn't be the only one who remembered the time we spent together. That's what I'm hoping for. That was my hope anyway. Mine too. Do we get a Sena perspective? That'd be fun right now. Yay! Okay.
After parting ways with Spacey, I laid down on the nearby grass. I left the house that day with plans to do some shopping near the station, but now I didn't want to anymore. I wonder, why did she deny it? That feeling, it was no mistake, no mere delusion. Truth be told, I could still feel my heart thumping in my chest. What is this feeling? It's remembering. It's recognition. Seeing her smile made me happy. And the place we met, Tsukumo Shrine, we had met there by chance. And how could I describe it? I felt compelled to go there. As though I was destined to do so.
Because we've met there, we didn't meet there the first time, but we met there the previous day before. You know what I mean? So there's something about in his mind that remembers us. That's why seeing a smile kind of like made him happy, because he said that I really want to see you smile. So somewhere inside of him, he remembers that, you know, and he probably remembers seeing us at the shrine. Like, you know what I mean? There's little things like, I feel like I have to go there, but you don't know what it, you know what I mean? It's like muscle memory. Your muscles have your memories, but your fucking brain doesn't, even though your brain is a muscle, but whatever. Isn't it? Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Shh, that girl, what? I missed that. Oh, it went too fast. Anyway.
Huh. What was that just now? Strange images and feelings I didn't remember. And within them, perhaps. Today, the girl I met, I'm starting to forget her. What am I forgetting?
That was interesting. I'll have to go back and rewind, like, check that out and see what it was that he saw. I wonder, does it say in the log? No, it doesn't. But anyway, strange images and feelings. It went by so fast, but anyway. Hold on a second. Let's go rewind. Let's go back and see if we can see it. So pay attention now. Okay, so it's something here. That girl, her face, remember, okay? Something about someone or something about the girl's face to remember. And then okay. Huh, okay. All right, anyway. So it's like somewhere, again, that's something triggering. So really, really, really fucking hope he will eventually remember, and it's not going to be like, you know, a train wreck of him not remembering his whole fucking route. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that's going to be a big problem in it, but I hope we resolve it. And it seems like something is triggering something in his mind to lead him to places where we might be, you know, when we smile, it's triggering something in him because somewhere he, you know, he had said like, oh, I would like to see a smile, whatever. And like, he said that to us twice. So like him seeing a smile is like, ching, ching, something's triggering in there. And that little weird snippet of weird memories and things that he saw, like in hearing random words, it's something. It's some kind of a memory coming out. But I don't think he's going to be able to do that, remember us or anything until he accepts his death, basically, you know? But anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.